Hello and welcome to a special Back to School Fest edition of HISD Community Connections. I'm your host, Colleen Allen, General Manager of Strategic Partnerships. HISD is the largest school district in Texas, serving more than 200,000 students, 80% of whom are considered economically disadvantaged. In order to ensure that all of our students are prepared and ready to learn on the first day of school, HISD and the City of Houston have once again teamed up for the second annual Back to School Fest. During today's show, you'll learn more about this joint venture, which is coming up on Saturday, August 11th from 8 a.m. until noon at Houston's Reliance Center. So mark your calendars and check out HoustonISD.org/Back to School Fest for more information. Joining me now to kick off our Back to School Fest special are Frazier Wilson, Vice President of the Shell Oil Company Foundation, and Ms. Katie Tipton, who is the Director of Neighborhoods for the City of Houston. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
Katie, let's start with you. We are so excited to partner with the City of Houston again for the Back to School Fest. Tell us a little bit why the City of Houston is working with HISD to make sure all of the students in the city are being supplied with school supplies.
Well, likewise, Colleen. Last year, prior to, excuse me, the inaugural Back to School Fest, the City of Houston hosted many school supplies and health fairs throughout the city, and due to the economic conditions, Mayor Parker saw a need to have a larger, more accessible event so that more kids could be served.
Under one venue.
Exactly.
Okay. And let's talk about some of the things that, you and I know about all the exciting things that are going to be offered, but let's share it with the viewers today.
Like last year, similar to last year, we'll, in addition to school supplies, we will be offering uniforms, immunizations. There will be information from both HISD and the City of Houston, educational information, child fingerprinting through the Houston Police Department.
Wonderful.
There will also be social service resources so that families can come and get the things their families need in order to send their children to school healthy and prepared so that they can focus on learning.
Wonderful, wonderful. Frazier, let's talk about Shell Oil. And first of all, thank you so much to you and Shell Oil for coming on board again to be the presenting sponsor. We really appreciate your commitment, not only to the Back to School Fest, but for all that you do for HISD and, of course, for the City of Houston. But let's talk about why Shell decided to come back for another Back to School Fest with the city and the district.
Well, last year was such a great event, seeing the impact and how excited the families were participating in the event. And as we look at the economic conditions, we saw there's still a need. One of the things that's important to us is ensuring that we remove the barriers that kids have to having a quality education. And we know having adequate supplies and having quality health services is a key thing. And this program provides that opportunity for kids to receive that. And it helps relieve a burden off the parents as well.
Okay. So when you last year, when you came to the event, what was your, take on the number of parents and students and, of course, all the city and the district officials that were there? It was truly an amazing sight to see.
Well, it's an amazing sight to see that many people there for an education event other than a sporting event. So it shows you the value and the importance that we place on education and on our kids. So again, it's an opportunity for us all to get involved and actively participate in improving the quality of life for our city and for our kids.
Okay, and I know that you all don't just give financially, you give in time from your employees. So let's talk about the involvement from the Shell employees, because I saw them all out there with their T-shirts on and giving out stuff.
So our employees are always looking for opportunities to get engaged in the community. Education is one of the key areas that we get involved. And when this opportunity came about, it was easy for our employees to get excited about it. I mean, it was a list already accumulated before we even got started of interest to get engaged in this area. And that's one of the major things that we promote for our employees to get involved in education outreach in the community.
Wonderful. Do you roughly know how many employees were involved last year?
We had about between 150 to 200 employees involved last year.
Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll meet or exceed that
definitely.
number. That's awesome. Katie, let's talk about a lot of the city exhibits that will be there. it's really important for the community to be able to know what resources the city has to offer. And I know you mentioned the fingerprinting. What other departments will be available?
In addition to the Houston Police Department doing the fingerprinting of children, we'll also have some health screenings from Health and Human Services. We'll have the Office of Emergency Management talking to the kids and the families about emergency preparedness. Health and Human Services will also be doing demonstrations such as dental demonstrations and teaching kids how to brush their teeth properly and floss and those important things.
Right. I mean, because it's about the full child, you know, academically as well as health-wise. Let's talk about, you know, you all brought Shell to this particular event. Let's talk about why it's important for companies like Shell to get involved in the Back to School Fest.
Well, as you know, Colleen, this simply wouldn't be possible without sponsors, and people like Shell in particular, they have such a big heart for our community, and they just have a genuine spirit to help us, and they always come to the table, and their generosity is, it simply wouldn't happen without their generosity.
Well, again, thank you, Frazier. We look forward to seeing all those yellow Shell T-shirts out there with the logo on there at the Back to School Fest. We're all gearing up and ready to work on August 11th. So I appreciate you being here, and Katie, I know that we'll be working together up until August 11th and beyond on the Back to School Fest as well as other initiatives.
We're going to have fun.
Exactly. Thank you again. From stuffing backpacks to managing the crowd on the day of the event, volunteers are an essential part of the Back to School Fest. Coming up next, hear from past volunteers and find out how you can join the ranks and become part of this year's Back to School Fest. We'll be right back.